All right, Kimbo White here. There's been a lot of talk last week or so here in the world of MMA. A lot of news, a lot of rumors, really, more than anything. Um, it's rumored that the winner of Josh Koscheck and Paul Daly might face off against GSP as coaches of TUF 12, but there's nothing confirmed or set in stone yet. Um, GSP and Fitch both went to the UFC matchmakers and were basically pleading for a rematch. They both I don't know I don't know why GSP thinks that Fitch is his biggest threat right now. I guess I would probably have to agree between him and Koscheck would probably be just because they can, they have the best chance of matching the wrestling ability. But, that's the UFC wasn't impressed with it, by the way. That's the way it's worded on Junkie, and we'll see if they're going to host TUF 12. The other thing is Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin. It's confirmed. They're thinking about setting it for July 3rd. There's UFC 116. Now, thing is, we got a #1 contender here. A guy that's been named, promised the #1 contender spot, more or less. He's been told you're going to get the winner of Carwin and Lesnar. And Cain Velasquez, and the problem with that is the UFC isn't planning on having 116 until July 3rd, which is about 4 months from now. And we all know after the fight with Carwin, win or lose, either one of these guys is going to really be wanting to fight Cain Velasquez. It's at least 2 months after that, but probably another 4 months after that. So that means we'll be looking at 8 solid months of Cain Velasquez not fighting anybody, which I'm not real sure that the fans would be happy with. I'm not real sure that is good for Cain Velasquez. To me, if he's got the #1 contender spot locked in, and then he just needs to stay extremely active the entire 8 months. In the gym, he needs to be fighting full on, quite a bit, because I just think that the 8 months is a long time for him to sit around and then have to fight the champion. But what I really figured, what I thought would happen was they'd end up talking him into a Dos Santos fight in that time frame, and name one of those guys the #1 contender. Which I know he'd take the fight. So whatever, we're gonna have to see what happens with that. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was Alistair Overeem defending his Strikeforce title. It was just announced about 3 days ago that his fight with Brett Rogers is going to be for the title. The heavyweight Strikeforce championship will be on the line when they fight. I don't know. Everybody tell me if they think I'm crazy, but I think Rogers can take this. I think he's got a really good chance of taking it. And Overeem's definitely got his fucking hands full, man. And the fight could definitely go either way. If they make Rogers out to be some kind of huge underdog in this, they better watch the fuck out, because there's going to be some people losing some fucking money. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people going with Rogers. I know just from talking to a lot of you here on the internet that a lot of you I know right off the bat that a lot of you will go with Rogers in that fight, and I just I don't know. I feel like Overeem, he's gonna have to put a few fights on here in the States and act like United States is somewhere he wants to fight before I'm a fan of him. And I know, a lot of people aren't watching Strikeforce yet, and you really need to, because it's not just Strikeforce now. Basically, it's all Strikeforce and Dream are coming together. Uh, they're co-promoting to put on these shows, so we got guys from Strikeforce fighting guys from Dream now, which is, they're trying to do the one thing that we've always wanted the UFC to do and UFC will not do, and that's co-promote so that we can see top tier fighters from other organizations fight the guys from the UFC to prove that the UFC's fighters are the best in the world. They claim it, but they don't co-promote, and so you never see it. And that's what Strikeforce is trying to do. That's what Strikeforce is going to try to make their money doing that and win all of us fans over doing that. And I'll tell you what, I love it because, we're seeing shit like Gilbert Melendez and Shinya Aoki coming up. Dan Henderson and Jake Shields is going to be nice too. But, you get your dream guys coming over here to the States to fight. Get some of these guys over here in the States fighting over in Dream, and it's just a really good thing, man. It's good for the sport, good for the fans. So I really applaud Scott Coker for everything he's doing, and I'd like to get everybody's opinions on the Overeem and Rogers thing. So it's been the last word with Kimbo White.